My mic is
You're not
working
gonna
now?
die.
Yep.
Like, excuse me? That was an option?
I can make that.
You've got to be lucky to win the Masters.
What's up? Welcome back to the show. You're listening to Twosome Podcast. Blair Wheeler here with DJ Thoma, coming to you live from Fisher Mountain,
West Virginia. Take me home, buddy. Country roads.
Mountain Mama.
Yeah, this is my first time ever here. How about you?
I have been snowboarding up here a
Okay.
bunch. Like when I was a kid, we would do like church snowboard trips or family snowboard trips up here. We'd go to Snowshoe, but that's a few hours away, I think. So this is my first time here in the summer and seeing this, part of the world, which is so cool.
I'm a flatlander, so anything mountainous for me is kind of that next level. Pretty awesome spot where we are. It's about 3.5 hours from DC, 6 hours from Charlotte. We flew into probably the smallest airport I've ever been into. Is it
Harrisonburg,
Harrisonburg?
home of James Madison University
Yeah.
Dukes.
Yeah.
Shout out the Dukes.
There's not even gates. It's just like a waiting room, which I absolutely love. So the experience so far has been pretty phenomenal. The guys at Fisher Mountain are awesome guys and gals. World-class service. Picked us up right at the airport. Got us up here. Nice windy mountain road. Beautiful, so scenic, and secluded from a lot of things.
Yeah, you were saying on that drive up that your wife would never have made it up the road.
No, if you get car sick, just be prepared. It's not horrendous by any means. It's not like you're ripping 70 through the mountains by any means.
Yeah, it's not the worst mountain.
No. And it's not like a super big climb. It's just sometimes you have those quick switchbacks that are can get to you, but it's like 35 to 45 miles an hour most of the way. So and that's only for like, I would say 7 minutes of the trip.
Yeah.
So it's not a huge thing, but
maybe longer than 7.
okay, where it really gets switchbacky, 10 minutes. But I took a picture and sent it to my wife, and she's like, said you'd battle, but you'd be able, you'd get there. But it's pretty awesome. I mean, there's nothing around. It's great. It's nature. How many deer have we seen?
Oh my God, there's flocks. We were debating what you call a flock of deer or a group of deer.
Yeah.
Because like geese or gaggles. The gaggles geese.
I think it's a herd.
Bree, can you Google it for us? Bree here is from the Waterfront Group, which owns this property, and they have a few other properties around the southeast, maybe the country, southeast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. East Tennessee, Boone, Banner Oak area. It's called a herd. A group of deer is called a herd.
A herd of
I
deer.
got it. The
I was hoping
outdoorsman in me, I knew it.
I was hoping to be something more fun. Like a gaggle of geese is fun. Herd of deer is
Are you sure it's a gaggle of geese?
um,
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's probably a flock of geese.
maybe. Bree's gonna act as our producer.
Gaggle.
Is
It's
it a gaggle? Wow.
Yes.
All right, well, you're good. You're good.
Nailed it. So you said you're a flatlander.
Yeah.
This golf course that Fisher Mountain has, it's called the Highlands of Fisher Mountain.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that real quick. Because I don't know if this is your first time playing mountain golf, but it's one of the few times.
It's one of the very few times I've played mountain golf. So for me, it's completely different than everything that I kind of know and am used to. So adjusting to that, we played yesterday. Actually thought I would do worse. Played well on the front, not as great on the back. It's just you have to take into consideration all the undulation way more.
Yeah.
Right. So just like hit the left side of the fairway, knowing you're just going to be on the right side, depending on how extreme these hills and everything are. I think landing on the green for me is an interesting part, right? Because I'm like, oh, that's going to be a great shot. Thought I'm pin seeking, all of a sudden it's like, oh no, it fell down to that bottom tier, and now I have a 3-putt in. So that was a big adjustment, and then something that I didn't take into consideration at all would be the fatigue of playing mountain golf.
Yeah.
And yes, we were riding, so okay, it's not that much fatigue, but even those like parking the cart and then walking up to your tee shots or down and around the green, up to the green, back to the carts, it's more than just your normal, round that I'm typically playing. It's a little more strenuous on the old man bod right here.
Yeah. Well, you think too, like you're at elevation. I think
Yeah.
we're at 22 or 2,300 feet above sea level. So the air is a a little bit thinner.
Mhm.
It's not the same as like going to Denver
Yeah.
playing golf up there because you just get smoked
Yeah.
doing anything. But you are above sea level, so you are going to get a little more winded.
Yep.
And then also the climbing the mountains. So
Yeah.
it's where the workouts are coming in for me. I'm gonna outlast you.
I'm gonna start working out.
Yeah, sure. We'll see. But yeah, we played a match yesterday.
You did.
You took me on the front,
I did.
and then we were all square on the back, I think.
Yep.
So we're gonna rerun it back today.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
Yeah. The weather this weekend has been absolutely perfect too. I know they've been getting pretty beat up with rain the last few weeks, so we caught on a really good weekend. No wind yesterday.
Oh my God, not
no
a breath.
No wind. But it's great. I mean, mountain golf is fantastic. Huge fan of how it all looks. I mean, you can tell right here, it's just absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. Course is in great shape. What's your favorite part about being here so far? And we actually didn't do the best job of painting the picture of what Fisher looks like, right?
Yeah.
So there's this beautiful big clubhouse on the top of the hill within the, mountains, right? And then on the, we are looking right back down. This is the 10th fairway here. Down there's like some tiny homes, which you can, rent out and do like a stay and play here, which is awesome. We're staying in the tiny homes. Cute, cozy, but comfortable. Like there's plenty of room for Blair and I. And then they have a bunch of lots and land development that's going to be going on for higher end cabins, vacation homes. Think Airbnb, think getting away from the city. You want to be out in nature, being able to play a fantastic golf course. That's where we're at.
Yeah, and we went and toured a couple of the home sites here.
Stunning.
We got a full tour of the
Mhm.
the property here because they are selling home sites, and some of them actually overlook the mountain pass, the mountain ranch.
Yeah.
Beautiful. The ones that overlook the golf course are amazing. But I think my favorite thing about being here is just the seclusion.
Yeah.
Like I love the fact that we flew into this super small airport and that you are just here in amongst nature. If you want to go fishing, you grab a fishing pole, you go fishing.
Yeah, we were ripping bass this morning.
You caught a
great.
pretty sizable one, didn't you?
Yeah. I love that too. For you guys that know me, I'm an outdoors man. I love to hunt. I love to fish. So for me, this is a dream property. And just being here is kind of who I am. I'm not a mountain man, but I may become one now.
Yeah.
But that outdoorsman in me is in heaven here.
Yeah. So you keep seeing those deer around. I've
Yeah.
seen
Oh,
hundreds of deer.
Yeah, and that's not a joke. I mean, last night when we were fishing up, we played like a sunset night. Yeah, in one fairway. And then we look over in the driving range, and there's 50 more. You're like, okay, well, there's 100. And then this morning we're having coffee outside. In the background, there's a beautiful waterfall going on. And then there's 18 fairway. You can see there's just a bunch of deer there, and then the mountains in the background. You kind of wake up and you're like, oh, this is heaven. All right, this is great.
This is cool. And one thing that I thought was interesting, the general manager told us yesterday, there used to be a naval base here.
Yeah.
Which, I'm the history, DJ's the outdoors guy. I'm the history nerd here. And the fact that there was a naval base in
Franklin?
For lack of a better term, middle of nowhere, West Virginia, is kind of wild. Because Navy is obviously ocean, lakes, submarines, sealers.
Yeah.
Like they're doing water activities.
Yeah.
Not many water activities for deep sea things here in Franklin, West Virginia.
Yeah, and that's what's cool too, is like, and you've heard all the stories of the mountains and the West Virginia, all the secrets the hills have to hide, right? So here's another secret.
Hills have eyes.
The hills have eyes. So we should do some background and see what that naval base was up to. And are they still there? We didn't even ask that. Where?
I would venture to say that the government's doing some things. I'm the tinfoil hat guy of the Twosome podcast. And I would venture to say that, the government has some activities that they are. I mean, it's close enough to D.C. that is a short drive from Washington, D.C. to get out, to have a mountain retreat, right? And that's the main draw to Fisher Mountain, I think, is to get out of the city and come to somewhere like this.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look behind me if you're watching on video. You see how beautiful this piece of property is. I wouldn't put it past them to have some sort of top secret club guest.
For sure. For sure. So back to favorite parts of our.
Bree,
Yeah.
what select?
So the Sugar Grove Navy base in Pendleton County, which is technically in Brandywine, West Virginia, decommissioned, the Navy decommissioned its base in 2015, but NSA operations continue at another part of it. So,
Okay.
Oh yeah.
it was selected in 1955 with the initial intention of building a 600-foot radio telescope for astronomical stuff.
Yeah, so the hills do have eyes.
the hills do.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
They
Decommissioned.
air quotes
Yeah.
decommissioned that base in 2015.
Yeah.
I'm sure they decommissioned it. But anyways, let's move on. Golf wise,
Yeah.
what was some highlights from the round yesterday?
Um,
Some personal golf highlights from Mr. Thoma.
I think my personal highlight came from your shot.
Which one?
We were on 6 last night as the sun was going down, and you had a 4-wood, I believe, and it was probably from 245 or 50 yards, and you put it to 18 feet.
Yeah. For
Like,
Eagle.
For Eagle. And
Don't spoil it because there's a video coming.
I know, but it needs to be talked about. That was the best shot I've seen all day. What was mine, yours? That was golf wise. That was the best shot that someone had yesterday. I love here's number 10 is cool. It's right behind us. There's like a waterfall, so you tee off up top, and I mean it's a drop off right down to this pond with a waterfall. It's a par 4. So then if you hit your driver, you need to hit it like 275 to 285, 90 yards, but 290 could get you into trouble.
Yeah.
And so, anything short of that, and then you have kind of a 120 shot into an island green. Golf-wise, I think that's their signature hole here, and of course, it should be. It's so much fun. That's also where we were catching fish. So, that's my highlight for the golf course. I think for me.
Let's say mine.
Yeah.
It was on, I think it was on 15. It was that double tiered green.
Okay.
And I hit a good wet shot and it kind of rolled back down to the bottom tier.
Yeah.
I'm not good with lag putting, still an area that I'm working on. So I chipped a wedge off the green to like 3 feet.
Yeah.
And it was a saucy, spinny, skipping one.
Yep.
And DJ looked at me and goes, "You're not a handicap. I think handicap can't do that."
Handicaps do not have hands like that. That's
I'll try to do it again today and get it on the phone because I didn't put that one on camera yesterday.
There's other one too. We were messing around. It was on 5, maybe, or 4, and you had a chip shot, and I'm like, this is an absurd angle. I didn't understand what you were doing at first. And you chipped it and it hit the top. You chipped it on purpose up to the top of the slope, and it ripped back down. And it went like probably 1.5 feet, 2 feet away from the hole. And see, me, I don't think that way. I don't play mountain and that's just an undulated green in a way. But to me, I looked right past that potential of a shot.
Yeah, well, that's just the way my brain works, and I look at shots around the green, kind of like Jordan Spieth does. Like, I'm obviously nowhere near as good as him.
Yeah.
But I want to get creative around the greens and say, like, all right, what shot can I hit that's going to lead to the highest percentage shot or highest percentage result? I have 5 or 6 different shots I can hit around the green. I can hit a low skippy one, I can hit a tie spinner, you hit a high one, mid one, a 2-hop stop sort of situation. And you just kind of have to know which one's going to lead to the highest probability of success.
Mm-hmm. And I'm more of a one-trick pony, I think. I think I know where I just eluded my bread and butter and, hope and pray that it works, and typically it does. But there are stuffs where it's like, I really wish I had a different shot in the bag, and I don't trust myself and my hands enough to do those mid-round. And for those I don't practice. I only play.
Yeah.
So maybe practicing would help.
Well, one of the guys I'm hoping to have on the podcast soon is a fellow Johnny O ambassador, short game chef, Parker McCullough. I think his name's McCullough. First name's Parker for sure. But he's one of the best short game coaches in the world. Works with Sam Burns, works with a ton of guys on tour. And I watch a lot of his videos because I like the way that he teaches the short game, especially. So maybe we can have him on. You can kind of pick his brain a little bit.
Short game chef. I'll trade him some short game tips for some cooking tips. That'd be perfect.
I think there's a built-in collaboration there.
I love that. I love it. No, that's part of the game that I definitely need to work on. And speaking of Fisher Mountain and working on game, they do have insanely cool like top tracer driving range that is fully like enclosed except for like obviously your shot it's not enclosed, but they have couches in there, full TVs, a shot tracer. There's a bar in there. I mean, it's pretty awesome spot to just hang out and get better at your game. Our play of 9 holes here. They have like a top tracer every Friday. Kind of like a, people can come in
sort of
tournament situation. Yep. Chance to win. I think it's drinks and a hat. And, I mean, it's just a good little way to elevate your game a little bit and play in a beautiful setting. Yeah. You might hit a deer while you're hitting the ball, but you know what? That's their fault.
You know what they should institute here at Fisher Mountain? It's a little bit unsolicited advice for you, Bree. Meat raffles.
Oh, he's a big meat raffle guy after being in Minnesota since he didn't.
Have you heard of a meat raffle?
Well, not like exactly, but I could get the gist of it.
Yeah. So I learned about this because I went to Minnesota for the first time for DJ's member guest at bars in Minnesota. They have this thing called meat raffles.
Yep.
So you pay $5, $10 for a raffle ticket, whatever.
Yep.
And then you win a year's supply of meat.
Each bar is different. Sometimes a year's supply. Sometimes it's 20 pounds of beef. Sometimes it's 15 tomahawks. But you're buying one ticket. They're spinning the wheels. They're pulling a ball, or they're picking out of the jar. You got just like a lottery thing. You win, and it's a fun time.
I think every bar
should have that
in America should have meat raffles.
Yes,
that's the best idea.
Absolutely, yes. It's like bingo, but you're actually getting meat.
Yeah.
Right.
Now the pull tabs, I'm not as big of a fan of. That just seems like a racket to me. But the meat raffle is something I can get behind.
Yeah, and I'm a big pull tab guy.
I think I could run for a political office.
Yeah.
With the main campaign tenet of meat raffles, and I'd do pretty well.
I'm not disagreeing. I think you would too.
I could revigorate Teddy Roosevelt's bear. What is it? I think it's the Bear Moose or the Moose something party.
Okay.
And we could just do, meat raffle party.
For sure.
It could also go a different way, but anyways. So we were talking about it on the way up here about some travel tips, because obviously there's this crazy mountain road and some different tips and tricks that we've picked up traveling over the years. What's one of the number one things you do when you're traveling to someplace new or someplace you haven't been before?
So I'm a big travel on like a certain time frame if you have the ability to do so. The reason being, like, somewhere for me, if I'm going to West Virginia where I've never been, I want to see all of it. I want to see from when I land to, the hour and 15-minute drive from where we landed to Fisher Mountain. My first time being in the mountains here. I want to see that mountain pass in daylight or when the sun's going down. So picking and choosing like drive times, if there's a drive, for me is really important. If it has to be at 4 a.m, you leave and that's gonna be the coolest view, like do some research on timing. It's gonna make your experience so much cooler and kind of really stand out. Hunter had said that too when we were in the car. And obviously your travel days when you have on a plane and then you have to get in a car may be a little bit different, but if you do have control of it, I would highly recommend. It's just a way to see more and get more in it when, especially in a place you've never been. Kind of probably a different answer than you were expecting. What about you?
One of the things that I have done is we talked about one of the things my wife and I do. Right? We have our wine album and our phones.
Yeah.
So when we got in here, we went to the food line. We got some snacks and stuff for our little cottage, and I bought a bottle of wine. And I took a picture of it and put it in the album. And you're like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm putting it in our wine album." So no matter where we go in the world, we have this album of good wines we like. And it could be the range of price from $11 to like $60 to $70.
Well, it's so great too, because you even put like he takes a picture if it's a shared album with just him and his wife, and they put notes in it. They're like, this wine is $15. something about the taste and maybe experience or whatever it is with it. And I was like, that is genius. Like I of anything, shared whatever you want. So that's a fantastic tip. I was like, whoa.
You can do it with cookies,
Yeah.
do it with wine, do it with bourbon.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. So
Yeah.
we do it with wine. It's great. It was my wife's idea to start the wine album. And that's one of the things that I love, because no matter where I am, I could be at home in Wilmington, I could be in West Virginia, I could be in Minnesota. If I go to the like Total Wine or the wine store, or the
Yeah.
Food Lion or the Kroger or whatever, I can walk in and I can find a wine that I know is pretty good. Because a lot of times, you know, if you're newer to drinking wine or newer to doing something like that, you're kind of tossing the dice.
For
You're
sure.
like, that label looks cool. I'll get that one.
Yeah.
So at least having some sort of reference that
Yeah.
you're not like digging through a wine.
For sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Starts my tee off behind me.
Dude just ripped one down the middle of the
Yeah, he
fairway.
did.
At least it sounded like it. I'm not gonna look around and see where it ended up, but it sounded fantastic. Traveling with kids can be interesting too. We all know that as you know, parents, especially as you know, when they're young, it's difficult. I'm at that age where, you know, our daughter is turning 2 next month. We haven't had to like travel with her too much on a plane. So could what's happening?
What's up, Jeff?
Good old Jeff behind us.
Yeah, give
He's
us
the
a
one that
wave.
Hey, come to Photobomb.
keeping Fisher Mountain up and going. Thanks for everything this weekend.
Thank you guys
Yeah,
very
thank
much.
you,
We
Jeff.
appreciate you guys coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is cool. Thank
Yeah.
you guys again.
Yeah.
You like that?
So for us, it's I need to learn more tips and tricks for
Yeah.
babies on a plane. Typically, when I go back and forth from Florida, like I'm driving, my wife has baby and is flying, so she would be the one probably to ask about the tips and tricks. But
Yeah.
you might have something that
We've actually never flown with our kids.
Okay.
And I'm terrified to do it. But, you know, we don't do a lot of iPad screen time.
Yeah.
Like we'll turn on TV and we're like, we're not strict to go out. You know, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
I grew up watching a good amount of TV,
Yeah.
like not like glued to it, but, you know, whatever. So we don't do iPads a ton. So whenever we do long road trips, we pack up a few toys for them. And then we don't put iPads on right away, but, you know, 30, 40 minutes in,
And they're getting
hour into the
squirrely.
car when they're starting to get squirrely,
Yeah.
turn on an iPad and they are locked in for the
Yeah.
rest of the trip. And that may just be my kids, how they work, but I'll put my iPad on and turn on a movie that they've seen 1,000 times. And at home, they will not sit down for it.
Yeah.
But in the car, they're locked in on it. Whether it's Sing or Frozen or any of those, they're just like zoned in. And that's one of the biggest things for us, because we've done like 4-hour trips or 3.5-hour trips a few
Yeah.
times to Charleston or to Virginia Beach when my kids were younger or something. So I think that's the biggest thing, is like having something that you
Yeah.
can rely on that isn't something they do all the time.
Yeah, that's what we do for like our, you know, every weekend we go to the cabins and stuff, and they're 3-hour car rides. That works brilliantly for us as well. I will say the one thing, the few times we have flown with our daughter, it's okay. Every baby is going to cry on a plane. Just know it going in. Once you become a parent, you're kind of accustomed to that, and you gotta not worry about what people think. I understand it's frustrating if you aren't a parent or you don't realize that maybe that baby's ears didn't pop right and it's aggravating them, and that's why they're frustrated on the plane. Like, it's the simple things that they can't help with. And, you know, it's that common sense of like when you are traveling with a baby, there is that baby zone towards the back of the plane. So you're not interrupting those folks in the first class or middle class, whatever that middle part of the plane is, as much. And yeah, you're in a tube in the air. People are going to hear it. But like also nowadays with the noise canceling headphones, it's okay. You're more in your head about it than you need to be. So do it, travel with them. You know, those are our little bits there.
Yeah, we're planning a little family trip with you guys next year.
yeah.
That will probably be the first time my kids fly.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
I'll have some wine waiting for you and Alex.
We'll need
soothe
something
it-
stronger.
To soothe it for you. Okay.
Alex,
so
she's gonna need something
tequila.
stronger.
All right.
Tequila. for
Gin.
me.
You were
Gin.
saying gin and
She said gin spritz.
yeah, gin spritz.
It's too much for me. Too much. That's my wife.
I asked you this question yesterday golfing, and then I said, wait, don't answer it because I want to hear your answer on the podcast. Blair, if you had to pick one career path, one dream job, something other than what you're doing now, what would it be? And then give me the reason why.
Yeah, and I said it yesterday. This isn't sports. It's not.
It can be
Obviously,
whatever.
we'd all love to be a professional golfer. Like, I would love it.
No money involved. Like
No
it
money
can
involved.
be, you can make $5 an hour. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just something that you think would be a dream.
For me, I think it would be an attorney or a lawyer.
Okay.
My dad was a lawyer before he passed away. I had always said growing up, I want to go golf on Joe. Name she was like, you would make a great lawyer because you want to argue about everything, which
No,
is true.
She's
but
not wrong.
even to this point, I struggle with like fact checking,
Okay.
whether it be my wife or somebody at work or
Yeah.
Mikey, who's not maybe listening to this. Mikey's my agent. I will like fact check him on stuff. I'm like, actually, you said this, and this is when this happened.
Yeah.
It's a bad quality I have, but I would love to be able to get into court and be able to litigate something. I think that would be, I wouldn't want to do like parent law or
Yeah.
marital cases or any of that. I would want to get in and litigate like bar cases and criminal defense attorneys, stuff
Yeah.
like that. I think that'd be so much fun. And would probably do well with my
100%. Yeah. Well, it's like, yeah, it matches your personality. It's something that you would find joy in. So maybe in the next 10 years, you can go to school.
I could go. Yeah, if I do, I'd go to South Carolina. I'd get my law degree. I would finally have a diploma from the University of South Carolina. But that's probably out of college explain. But I'm gonna kick it to you. If you could do any career at this point in your life, no money involved.
Country music artist.
Okay.
Period. Not a second guess on that one. For those of you who know me, you do too. I'm obsessed with country music. I have one slight prop. Not the best singer,
Yeah.
which is the only thing that matters.
The good thing is now that
Yeah.
so I bet an upcoming guest on the podcast, a friend of mine,
Yeah.
Austin McNeil.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
He's a country musician.
Yeah.
I think he might be on next week. We're trying to work out scheduling.
Make some great songs. Give him a listen.
Yes, he's younger. He is in Nashville a ton. He's touring with a couple of different guys are an opening act. A great guy, good golfer from the North Carolina area. Or I think it's from the guest of Neil stuff, which is where Harold watched it. And so he became a podcast. He's got a great voice. He doesn't need this, but they have auto-tune.
Yeah.
So they can you could get a track going, and we could get you on something good. You're not going to be Chris David.
I
That-
don't need to be Morgan Wallen. I'm good with that.
Well, I'm pretty sure he has auto-tune. It's like, let's get there.
Everyone, have you been to one of his live shows? Dude is fantastic. I don't know if they have those. It might be like an auto-tune mic too,
Who knows?
but technology's wild. I think that too because like that is my personality. The hunting, the fishing, the outdoorsman, the family man, the trucks, the beer, the way I look. I feel like I just
The golf. Like,
yeah, they're all
country music guys from golf.
Yeah.
I saw this week Riley Green said live at Indianapolis.
yeah. Duckman. They're talking about duck hunting.
So, who do you think Riley Green's live teams? Think it's the Aces?
Who is he talking to on that bit we saw?
Harold.
There you go.
Aces.
Yeah, Aces. It's got to be Aces.
Gotta be Aces.
Yeah.
It's a
He
bummer.
he probably got to somewhat have a say.
Who
You think about it?
Yeah.
And so you probably wanted to know
Because when I played at the Mets, I guarantee you that Trump got to say, I'm going to play with Sergio and Puss.
yeah,
Like 100% that's what happened.
yeah,
And then they stick, everybody else in a random pairing.
yeah.
I got randomly paired at that event with Lori Cancer on the front and Cam Smith on the back, which is really cool. So I got a good pairing out of that. But I guarantee you, when they have those type of people on there,
Yeah.
those big celebrities or president of the United States, they get a
For sure.
It's not a random drop. They're not
No.
sticking up with Sukumi Nagasaki
Yeah.
on the iron nuts, No offense. I'm sure you're
Yeah.
a great guy, but
And you're probably listening.
I would hope so.
Yeah. So
you have an Ironhead.
so for me, yeah, country music artist. I just think it would be so fun. I love, like, I don't mind being in front of people. That whole like stage presence, I think, would give such a adrenaline rush. Yeah. So you got an attorney and a country music artist.
Yeah, I think what we should do is we should talk to Austin with this, but see if he can help us write a song.
Yeah.
And we record it.
Okay.
And then it could be the intro to the podcast.
Love it. I love it.
It could be called like,
Yeah.
ChatGPT could talk about it.
Oh, sure. ChatGPT's our friend.
But yeah, we should try this. We can focus on for you.
For
just
sure.
to see if you have some,
Yeah.
some legs and potential.
As long as I don't got to go up in my vocals like a high pitch, I can hold my own just being voice level,
Yeah.
talking esque. You know?
I know. I've been singing country roads this entire trip.
Yeah, just
Every once in a while, I notice country roads take me home.
And everywhere you're like teeing off and you're just looking at these hills and you're just ringing it a bat.
Yeah.
It's kind of dreamy.
It's pretty cool. And there's a reason
Write it
why.
down. I don't know if they can see it on the freaking, maybe yours.
Yeah, that you can't in your camera. But yeah, this is such a cool piece of property. It's so old in West Virginia and plug off here because it's just something that's different. Like you're rich people, like you live in
Yeah,
Naples.
doesn't happen
most
to
of the
me often, ever. I mean, really, this is probably...
This is only the second time I've done any mountain golf. The
Yeah.
last time was at Ballyham in
Yeah.
Roanoke, Virginia. And it's different. That's not real mountains. And
Yeah.
yes, the Blue Ridge Mountains, but it's more on the hills and the rolling hills. We are in the mountains here. Like you can
Yeah.
see it behind us. Like this is the Appalachian Mountain Range, which is one of the oldest mountain ranges in the world.
Yeah.
Because I told you when we first got here, I pulled up a map of Pangea
Yeah.
and
History buff. I learned so much. I love it.
dude, well, you can pull up a map of Pangea. The Appalachian Mountains connects almost directly to the Scottish Highlands, and like the mountain range is internal, in the middle of Scotland, and they call it Orla,
Yeah.
right? Which is crazy. That there's all immigrants coming over. A lot of the Irish, Scottish immigrants all came here, and even in North Carolina, the waterfront has another property in the Highlands of North Carolina. That's where they based the Outlander series.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys watch Outlander on the Stars, but you love it. You guys don't know the TV, so you haven't seen it yet, but it's great. But as Scottish guy comes to America and he's over here, compare for significantly because there's only 9 seasons. But he ends up in the mountains of North Carolina. It's basically the North Carolina Highlands, the British road, really similar to where he's from Scott.
Yeah. Wow. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Look up the map. I was pretty like, you think about it in your mind. You're like, oh, I see how it fits together. And you see it on the map. You're like, oh, I mean, that's what it is. It fits together perfectly.
Yeah, it does it to it. So, anyways, that's us in West Virginia. We are about to go tee off, and I'm very excited to get a second crack at this. So, we should put this in the podcast, put it on paper. What are we planning for today?
What do you have something in mind?
I said a majority share of the podcast. Because right now, 50-50 owned, right? Like, DJ Thoma and your LLC owns half. My LLC and Blair Wheeler owns half. Let's put some skin in it.
You want to go 51-49 so you have full authority?
Well, here you go.
No.
No, we'll figure out something. We'll put some pen to paper on the actual, compensation or payout we're going to give. But what kind of game? So we talked a few episodes ago about learning different
Games.
gambling game.
Yeah.
Of course. What kind of game were you going to play today?
I liked our little NASA we had going yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun. It's nice. You have it's, I don't know. I like that.
Okay.
I like it kind of evened everything out. I'm like we said before, I love any game on the course. I just will not keep track and score it. My score's my score. Write down. You figure out all the math. I just don't it doesn't work with my brain.
Yeah.
Like I'm playing, I'm having some beers, I'm listening to music. Last thing I want to do is keep track of said game. But I'm thinking, now that I know the course a little bit, it'll probably get me. Was that happen to you ever? You're like, oh, I'm going to play this course again. I'm going to do better. But then certain things you do worse because you're overthinking it a little bit. And the first time you're kind of loosey goose, you're going out there just playing to play, and it ends up being better, right? So
Yeah. I mean, yesterday I shot as an 80 cap. I think I shot a 44 and a 41.
yeah, you played great. You played great golf.
Ended up with an 85. So
Yeah,
I played great on the back. So we're gonna try to run it back this time. We'll do a Nassau.
Yep.
Stroke play. Nassau, for you guys that don't know, is front back total, right? So you have one game on front, one game on the back, and then the entire game is another. So you do a $5 Nassau, you're playing for a total of $15.
Yep.
So we'll do that. We'll
Sweet.
run it back.
I love it. Well, again, we're in Fisher Mountain, West Virginia, in Franklin. If you're interested at all in getting a vacation home, any real estate investments, a stay and play with, the guys or, your family, this is a great spot, especially if you're, flying in is totally fine. But if you're a nice car ride away from, DC, Charlotte's only 6 hours too, within in the region, it's definitely worth coming out and checking out. I love it here. I wish we lived closer so I could come here. Yeah, get a mountain house #1. But yeah, that's where we're at. Let's go hit them.
Awesome. Thanks for listening, guys. You know this by now, but we keep saying it again. Please leave a review on Spotify and a 5-star review on Apple. Helps us with the algorithm, helps us with sponsors, all the things that we care about, but you don't. So thank you again for listening. This is Twosome.
You're not gonna die.
Next week.
Like, excuse me? That was an option?
Good deal.
Well, that was crazy.
You got to be lucky to win
Heck
the
yeah.
match.
It's perfect.